Hello, hello. Allie Benjamin here.
Free my mind, open my heart with the whispers of truth. To live a conscious life, to live a conscious life on the growing edge. On the growing edge.
Welcome to Growing Edge Live Sunday Sessions. We meet here every Sunday, and I'm so glad that you're here, whether you're joining us again for some spiritual nourishment, a spiritual tune in and tune up, or if you're here for the first time, thanks for joining us. My name is Allie Benjamin, and I am so thrilled to have the opportunity to connect here with our virtual tribe. We're unable to meet in person. We used to meet in person, and now since October actually we've gone virtual, and it's really good to connect here. This is the month of July 2020, and we are changing things up a little bit. We are now going to be I'm going to turn off my connection there to my hotspot. We are going to be hitting the road. We are going to be live, taking God on a joyride or God on a joyride. We're going to be giving inspiration and a message as we travel around the country, around the world, and we are selling our home, and we're jumping into our beautiful Om Shanti home, our camper van, and we're going to be going on the road and sharing our journey here on Facebook, as well as Instagram and on our website, growingedgelive.com, and you can follow us there. We'll be putting a weekly or daily post sharing some pictures of our grand adventure, and we'll be doing some video, and most exciting, we're going to be doing our Growing Edge Live interviews. We're going to be meeting with some amazing people and interviewing them on life and change and how to navigate life with all of the restrictions that we have currently, and how people find joy and peace and meaning and purpose amidst all of this change. So I see people jumping on. Hi, Natalia. Hi, Michael. Hi, Cindy. It's really good to be here together. Nice to see you. And this month, for July, I am going to be, I'm reading a book that I've read many, many times, and it's all about freedom. This month, July, always reminds me of freedom, and this book, Michael Singer, The Untethered Soul, A Journey Beyond Yourself, is the book that I'm going to be reading. So if you'd love to join me, read along, that would be great. And I'm going to be sharing messages each Sunday. And by the end of the month, we will be on the road. And so we won't be in this same little set that we've got created here. We'll be broadcasting live from all over the country. And so please join us. Make sure you sign up for our newsletter. You can go to growingedgelive.com or our Facebook page, the Satya Center, and sign up for our weekly newsletter. It's Allie's Insights from the Growing Edge, and that way you'll be able to keep track of where we are and what we're doing, and we'd love to take you along with us on our journey. We're really stepping out. We're really stepping into our freedom. We decided a week or so ago that we would like to be freer, and we'd like to be living on the road. So today, as we speak, Michael's out there in the driveway doing a garage sale. We're getting rid of everything except what will fit into a couple of containers, and we'll be able to pack along all that we need in our camper van, and you'll be coming along with us, so you can be right there with our adventures in having a wide awake life on the road. I'm thinking of it as a lucid adventure. And so I'll talk more about lucid living as Michael Singer talks about this, the lucid self and lucid living, how to live in our life wide awake. So today I have a few questions. They're soul-stirring questions. Who are you? Who are you? Who am I? That's the question that these yogis have been teaching us or asking us for eons. Who are you really? William Shakespeare said, "To thine own self be true." What does that mean, to thine own self be true? Who is the self? What is the self? I think of there's many aspects to our being. There's our mind, and most beings, it seems like, are connected or identified with the mind and who we think we are. We think we are the roles we play. Like, I think I'm Allison. I think I'm a minister. I think I live here in Big Bear Lake, California. But that's not who I am. That's just a story. That's just a narrative around where I live and the name that I've chosen, the vocation that I've chosen, the roles that I play. But I'm more than a mother and a daughter. I'm more than a minister. I'm more than an artist. I'm more than a 58-year-old woman. I am that can put all of that into expression and give voice to that. But really, I'm the witness of that. I'm the consciousness. I'm the awareness of all of that mind-made-up stuff. And I'm aware of what's going on around me. I'm aware that I've got this beautiful plant with me. I've had this in my life for probably 10 years now. I have this beautiful painting that I am connected to, that my friend Eric Zishi painted, and this chair that was my mother-in-law's. It's a rocking chair. I love it. So we're physical beings, we've created a life surrounded by things that we have collected or bought or have been given to us. So we have this very physical experience that seems so real and so wonderful sometimes, and so devastatingly sad sometimes, especially if we've had loss, especially if we've had illness and trauma, especially if we've experienced betrayal or hurt, or all of those things can make this human experience really, really hard. And so having a deeper awareness of who we are really, beyond all that goes on in the physical, beyond all of the ideas we have around it in our mind, having a deeper sense of the self is very, very liberating. So who are you really? If you're not your thoughts, if your consciousness or awareness that has thoughts, and if you're not your physical surroundings, if you're a physical being moving through space and time, space, if you're moving through all of that, but you're not that, you're that which is witnessing everything that's going on around you. You're that which has been born, right? You were a newborn baby at one point. You were 5 years old, 10 years old, 15, 20, and so on. So you've been something that's been witnessing the progression of time, the progression of space, where you are and where you've been. But you're the same little spark of consciousness that you were when you were born. But yet the physical appearance has changed drastically. So we're more than our physical world. We're more than our physical body. We're more than the story that we could tell someone else, or the history or experience of our life. We're that which has all of that. So having that awareness gives us a great amount of freedom. We get to ask even deeper, more stirring, soul-stirring questions to find out what we can do to really enjoy this physical incarnation. because I believe that each one of us is here to enjoy this experience full out, to have a rich and deep and meaningful experience. Even through the suffering and the struggle, we're here to experience it all. So how can we show up in our lives being fully present with not feeling victimized, but feeling empowered, feeling creative, feeling excited for the next whatever, the next chapter, the next experience, the next relationship? When we can take a greater role of feeling empowered to actually be present in our life, to actually be present without labeling it good, bad, or indifferent, but to just simply be present to the gift of being alive, to the gift of being here. When we ask ourselves the question, who am I? Who am I? I am more than all of that I thought I was. I'm that which has a body, I'm that which has a mind, I'm that which can use my mind to create a beautiful future. I can imagine, I can dream, I can envision. So what is it that we want? What is it that we want to, not so much want to do, as much as who is it that we want to be? Who did you come here to be? That's really the ultimate question. Who did you come here to be? And are you brave enough to be that? Not many of us are, because I've noticed that we're addicted to approval of others, of being appreciated and loved by others. So as long as we have these addictions, as long as we have these clingings to wanting others to see us, to approve of us, to love us, it keeps us in this kind of loop of constantly making decisions and choices based on something in our head, the not real us, but that ego mind, that little mind that's always wanting to be certain, always wanting to be sure, always wanting to make sense of things, doesn't like change. That part of us that, if we were to think of that part of us, that ego mind, that constant narrative inside our head, that one that says, oh, that's not the right choice, or that person's not the right friend for you, or all of that blah, blah, blah that goes on in our head, or I need money to be happy. I need a thinner body. I need more weight on my body to be happy. I need fill in the blank. That is the voice of the ego. And as long as we're going to be attached to that, we're not going to be free to be who we came here to be, because we're always going to be trying to please someone, seek someone's approval, or get something. When our awareness, our pure consciousness, our soul wants nothing, because our soul knows that life is our source, the universe is our source, God is our source, Spirit is our source, and that is all here within us. It's not out there. It's all in here. Yeah, Cindy's saying our domesticated selves. Yes, our domesticated selves say, get it from outside. But our soul is saying, listen, it's in here. No one has to act in a certain way to make me happy. No one has to do anything. No one has to approve of me. I get to be the most authentic, truest expression of myself ever, all the time. Ernest Holmes says, the divine plan is one of freedom. The inherent nature of man is ever seeking to express itself in terms of freedom, because freedom is the birthright of every living soul. We're all born free, but we just don't know it, because we're told what to think, when to think it. From the very earliest of our beginnings, we get sent off to school and told what to think. We're told what's important, and then we live that tick-tock world of doing what we think we need to do to make others happy and to feed the machine, to keep it going. Well, it's time to step out of that narrative and step into the narrative of I know who I am. I know who I am. I am a spiritual being, born free, liberated from the mind. I can use my mind, but I don't have to believe it, because the story, the constant bickering, the constant complaining, the constant comparison that ego mind is speaking in my head is not helpful. 99% of the time, it's not helpful. So let's just allow it to be helpful when we need help thinking things through, figuring things out, reading a map or something like that. But when we're making decisions as far as our relationships, as far as what we do for a living, how we spend our time, let us find that answer, the answer to those questions. Who am I? What am I? What am I here to be? What am I going to do with this precious life? How can I show up as my most authentic, loving, creative, joyful self? None of us are here to get anything. Now, we will naturally receive a lot out of life, but we're here to give. We're here to give our true expression, our soul's true expression, not holding anything back. That doesn't mean to be fake and happy when we're not. It means to give of our truest expression. If we're sad, we're sad. If we're lonely, we're lonely. If we're happy, we're happy. If we're exuberant, we're exuberant. Let's share that. Let's not be concerned with how that might impact others. Now that's bold and that's brave. And many of us haven't given ourselves permission to be that open, that genuine, that authentic. But your soul is longing for that kind of deep, authentic, earthy, spiritual juiciness. When we can just be who we want to be, when we can say, I don't want to live in a house anymore. I don't want the financial burden of it. I want to be free on the road, traveling, waking up experiences, oming on the top of mountains, traveling through deserts, not seeing people for weeks, sitting on the edge of a lake, swimming in the ocean. Whatever I want to do, that's what I want to do. I want to have that life. Now, your idea of freedom may be radically different than mine. And that's how we are. None of us are the same. But we've been programmed to think that we need to think the same, act the same, do the same kind of things so that we'll be happy. No, we're here to ask ourselves some soul-stirring questions. So what would you do with your life if you knew that you were free? If you knew that no person, place, or thing, nothing outside of you is in charge or can contribute, their vote doesn't count as much as yours, your soul's vote counts. You get to decide. Who do you want to be today and tomorrow? Who do you want to be as a mother, a father, a daughter, a son? Who do you want to be in your workplace? Are you showing up in a way that people can truly see how magnificent you are? Because that's what the world needs, people that are awake and alive. That's creative. That's an untethered soul. That's living on the growing edge. That's living the life you came here to live. So all month long, we're going to be talking more about this. I'm going to be talking more about lucid living next week. So join us again here on Growing Edge Live Sunday sessions. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting us. We exist solely as an organization on your donations, and you can Venmo Satya Center, SATYA CENTER, to donate to our mission and vision, which is inspiring minds, healing hearts, and transforming lives. We came here and we are here to help the evolution of consciousness. And so I hope that we support you in that. We want to support you in your waking up journey. If you'd like to join me in some of my online courses, we hold them on Zoom around lucid living and waking up and using, having a deeper awareness of our human energy centers, aka the chakra system. If you'd like to know more about that, contact me. I am me, Alison Benjamin, here on Facebook, or go to our website, which is growingedgelive.com. So let's do an activation, a little meditation to really dig down into this being who you are, being wide awake. So closing the eyes and taking a moment to breathe and settle. And just let everything go for a moment. Imagine walking into a room. And when you walk into this room, you take off your jacket and you hang it up. Well, just like that, we walk into this space of our heart. We move into the center of our being, and we let go of everything. We let go of who we are as a physical being, all the roles we play, the titles that we hold. We let go of everything that the ego thinks is important, and we simply show up in the heart space. Maybe place your hand on your heart and just acknowledge yourself for being brave enough to let it go for a moment, to let it go and simply be the presence of love, be your soul. And in this space of being free, just simply witnessing I am, witnessing myself as a body with a mind that thinks, but I'm so much more than that. I am a soul that is free, and I came here onto earth to live out loud, to live my authentic expression, to give voice to my soul, wings to my heart. And as we settle in, jump off, take flight into our next iteration, into the next chapter of our lives, I trust and know that each of us, everyone that's listening, has a complete realization and awareness that spirit is our source, no person, place, or thing. That the kingdom, the queendom is within. That all of our answers to every single one of our questions is right here. So I trust and know that each of us have the ears to hear, the eyes to see, and the heart to receive, and the hands to give. We use this body, this vehicle, this body temple, to bring forth God's love, to bring forth compassion and empathy, creativity, joy, beauty into the world. With everything we do, with everything we think, with every word we speak. May we be lifted up today. May we be born anew, untethered, released, forgiven, peaceful, joyful, powerful, compassionate, creative, wise, intuitive, absolutely free. So I claim these words as true and very true in my mind, in my heart, in each and every cell of my body. I have faith and confidence that my thoughts and words are creative, impressed into the mind of the universe, into divine mind. The universe is always listening, always responding to my thoughts, to my words, to my emotions. And in this way, I know that I have altered my trajectory today. I am on a path, a track of love, joy, freedom, bliss, creativity, fun. And I accept this for everyone listening. Life is good all the time. Blessings on you and on everyone. Thank you to those of you that have been supporting us financially. The Satya Center, Growing Edge Lives, thanks you. And stay tuned. Again, sign up for our newsletter. Go to our Facebook page, the Satya Center. You can sign up for our newsletter there. Ali's Insights from the Growing Edge. And follow us. I know that we're going to be hitting the road in a couple of weeks, and we're taking you with us. So have an amazing rest of the 4th of July weekend, and love you from the Growing Edge.
Free my mind, open my heart with the whispers of truth, to live a conscious life, to live a conscious life on the growing edge.
Namaste.